Billionaire's fiancée and her friend tried to humiliate the maid, but they picked the wrong woman. The champagne glass shattered across the marble floor, and 30 guests turned to watch a woman on her knees, wiping red wine from a gown that cost more than her yearly pay. Rosa Delgado did not cry. She did not argue. She simply gathered the broken glass with steady hands, while Victoria Lane laughed beside her best friend at the head of the table. Nobody in that dining room knew the quiet maid kneeling before them was holding a secret strong enough to end a wedding, a fortune, and a very careful lie. But nobody was ready for what happened next. Rosa Delgado had worked at the Whitfield estate in Charleston, South Carolina, for almost 3 years. She cooked, cleaned, and cared for 8-year-old Lily Whitfield like her own daughter. Daniel Whitfield, a 40-year-old real estate billionaire, trusted Rosa more than almost anyone in his life. He never knew that before she became a maid, Rosa had a very different job, one she never spoke about, because speaking about it brought back a painful chapter she wanted to leave behind. Every morning, Lily ran into the kitchen and hugged Rosa before breakfast. "You make everything feel safe," Lily once whispered. Rosa smiled every time, but there was a sadness behind her eyes that no one in the house ever asked about. She kept her old badge in a small box under her bed, wrapped in cloth, untouched for 4 years. She had told the Whitfield family she was simply a housekeeper from Savannah, nothing more, and they never had a reason to doubt her. Nobody knew why she left her old life. And nobody knew that soon, she would need it again. When Daniel got engaged to Victoria Lane, 30 years old and stunning, everything in the house began to change. Victoria smiled sweetly in front of Daniel, but the moment he left the room, her voice turned cold. "Move faster," she snapped at Rosa one morning, pushing a stack of dishes into her arms. Her best friend, Chelsea, always stood close by, whispering and laughing at Rosa's worn shoes and simple dresses. Little Lily noticed everything. She saw Victoria roll her eyes when Rosa spoke. She saw Chelsea accidentally spill juice near Rosa just to watch her clean it up. One evening, Lily tugged Rosa's sleeve and whispered, "Why is she mean to you when Daddy isn't looking?" Rosa only shook her head gently. "Some people show their true colors slowly, sweetheart." She didn't know yet how true those words would become, or how soon everything would explode into something far bigger than spilled juice and cold stares. The night of Daniel's engagement party, 40 guests filled the Whitfield mansion. Victoria wanted everything perfect, and she wanted Rosa out of sight. "Stay in the kitchen," she ordered. But when a waiter dropped a tray near the dining table, Victoria pulled Rosa in front of everyone. "Clean this up," she said loudly, letting her wine glass slip onto Rosa's shoulder. Guests gasped. Chelsea laughed behind her hand. Rosa knelt down without a word and began cleaning, her face calm, though her hands trembled slightly. That's when she noticed something strange on the table beside Victoria's purse. A small velvet box, slightly open, showing a diamond necklace that looked almost identical to the Whitfield family heirloom Daniel's late mother once wore. Almost identical. Not the same. Rosa's eyes moved from the necklace to a folded paper peeking out beside it, a paper filled with numbers, bank names, and a signature she recognized instantly. Her heart pounded, but her face stayed calm, the same calm she once used sitting across from men who thought they had gotten away with everything. She said nothing. Not yet. Rosa excused herself and returned to her small room. She opened the box under her bed and lifted her old badge with shaking hands. 4 years ago, Rosa had been a forensic fraud investigator for the district attorney's office, until a case involving a powerful family destroyed her career and her trust in people. She left that world behind, believing she would never need those skills again. But the paper she saw tonight matched patterns she once studied for years. Wire transfers moving slowly out of Daniel's private accounts, disguised as wedding expenses, and a fake heirloom necklace meant to replace the real one before it was quietly sold overseas. Rosa gathered her courage and asked to speak with Daniel alone. "I need you to look at something," she said quietly, placing photos and copied documents on his desk. Daniel's face went pale as the truth sank in. Victoria was draining his accounts and planning to disappear with the real necklace before the wedding even happened. When Daniel confronted her in front of the remaining guests, Victoria's confident smile finally cracked. "This isn't what it looks like," she said, but her hands were shaking. Chelsea tried to slip toward the door. Nobody moved yet. Everyone waited to hear what Daniel would say next. Daniel looked at Victoria with quiet, tired eyes. "You almost took everything from my daughter," he said. "Not my money. Her home. Her sense of safety." Security guided Victoria and Chelsea out of the mansion as murmurs spread through the crowd. Then Daniel turned to Rosa, standing quietly by the doorway. "You could have stayed silent," he said. "Why didn't you?" Rosa's voice was steady. "Because Lily deserves a home built on truth, not lies." Daniel's eyes filled with tears he didn't try to hide. He asked Rosa to step forward, in front of everyone. "For 3 years, I trusted the wrong person with my heart," he said, "but I trusted the right person with my daughter." Little Lily ran across the room and wrapped her arms around Rosa's waist. "I always knew you were special," she whispered. Rosa knelt down and hugged her back, tears finally falling, not from sadness, but relief. In the weeks that followed, Daniel asked Rosa to oversee the entire estate, trusting her judgment more than any advisor he had ever hired. Rosa never sought revenge. She only wanted respect, and now she had earned it in front of everyone who once looked down on her. The Whitfield home became quieter, warmer, and safer than it had been in years. Every morning, Lily still ran into the kitchen before breakfast, but now she said something new along with her hug. "You didn't just protect Daddy's money," she told Rosa one bright Saturday. "You protected our family." Rosa simply smiled, the same soft smile she always wore, because she never needed anyone to call her a hero. She only needed a home where honesty mattered more than appearances, and she had finally found it. And sometimes, the smallest act of honesty changes the biggest fortune and the biggest heart. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who still believes kindness can change the world. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below.